Canadian professional women's soccer, pushing it forward with the Northern Super League. We're here with the AFC Toronto for our inaugural press conference for tomorrow's match against the Montreal Roses FC. And we'll be hearing from our key voices in the club. We have head coach Marko Milanovic here, captain Emma Reagan, and international Shayna Shori. So we'll get things started off with Marko. How are we feeling about tomorrow?
Feeling great. I was hoping we could play today. It's been a long wait. Really excited. And thank you for coming. Today's Good Friday as well. So happy Easter to everyone who's celebrating.
Emma, you were just named captain yesterday. How are we feeling about that?
It's a huge honor. Yeah, I think just that it's the inaugural season. Everything's new, and we're kind of figuring things out as we go as a team. So I'm really excited to get started. Very big honor, but I think like this team has so many leaders on it that it's going to be an easy job for me.
Got it now.
And Sheena, how are you feeling for tomorrow?
I'm super pumped. It's a huge time in history for Canada and just pushing the game forward for women, and just honored to be here.
So, okay, we'll open up the floor for questions. If you want to introduce yourself before firing off the question, it'd be great for the team.
Sure, Neil Davidson from the Canadian Press. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Marko, you've been training for this the team's been training for this for some 10 weeks, I understand. But how do you train for the sense of occasion tomorrow? Big stage, big crowd.
I think it's impossible to prepare the players for the nerves that they'll be feeling. It's hard to replicate that in training. You can only hope that they're going to use the crowd as a positive and turn those nerves into excitement and come out and show what they can do.
And for Emma and Shayna, you both played on big stages. What's the anticipation like in terms of the crowd and everything?
I think it's just excitement. I think we're less about the nerves, more about the excitement. I think that it's a home crowd. Like, I think we're going to feed off of the energy from that. So we're really excited to start it off at home.
Yeah, I would just say I think I've learned to use like that nerve and turn it into energy, controlling what we can control, and I think the whole team's behind that. So,
Thank you.
Hi, I'm John Molinaro from Sportsnet. Marko, can you maybe just talk about your team from a tactical sense? I mean, how would you describe playing style that you want to, or your vision for what we're going to see on the pitch tomorrow?
We have you might think that it's a bit unrealistic or maybe idealistic when I answer this question, but we really hope that we can entertain, and we look at speed as one of the biggest factors, something that will draw a casual fan in. So we will look to pick up the tempo and speed up the opponent when they have the ball, and then once we're on the ball and in possession, we're going to look to attack quickly and hopefully play some good soccer when it comes to combinations and things like that. Obviously, the opponent has a say as well, and it's not always easy to impose your style on the opponent, but we're going to definitely try to do that.
Is it difficult to prepare for a team you've never played before, and do you have a sense of like who Montreal is from a tactical perspective, or is
it's very hard? And if any of you have any information, we'd love to know about it. Anyone from Quebec here? We'll chat after. Very, very difficult, as I'm sure it was difficult for them as well.
You players from all around the world. How did you build a sense of community team with this group off the field? How did they come together?
I mean, I think that's a question for these two as well. But we love our training environment. We love to be there. I think the team got really close over the last 10 weeks. It's been a very, very positive preseason. And what Emma said, Emma is the captain of the team, but there's so many leaders as well that just make our environment such a pleasant space to be in. So I think that just happened naturally. Obviously, we did some stuff off the field as well, but just being together every day in an environment that's positive was quite good for us.
And how's the chemistry with the team?
It's really good. I think that was one of the big challenges that we saw coming into a team where everyone's new. That's a very unique setting, and I have not personally done that before. I've just come onto a team where, the players have been playing together, and I'm trying to kind of fit in with that style. So, but I think we did it really well. I think everyone was bought in, no egos, and people are there to make each other better, make this team better. So I think the coaches did a really great job of bringing together a group of players that are able to play together, but also get along off the field. And I'm really excited to get started.
Hi, my name is Jose. I'm here from Pelota de Mable. This question is for all of you guys. What have you seen in the locker room that tells you that this group is ready to compete in a professional way?
Shayna?
I think just to touch on, every team has 23, 25 players that are brand new. I think the way that we have, like he said, organically come together, there's competition, and that's just part of being a professional, while balancing being teammates and just getting that fine line, pushing each other. I think we've handled that all in professional ways. And I would say that we push each other every day, day in and day out, but also have each other's back. And yeah, I would say that's how we got to that point.
For the players, every club has a character, so to speak, but in this club, you're building it from the ground up. Does that make it more your club?
I think so. I think we've really taken ownership over that. Everyone feels the responsibility of a new league, a new team, and putting our stamp on this. So I think it's really an opportunity more than anything. We get to write the story from the very beginning. We get to say how we want this to be. And I think we're going to start that very strongly tomorrow.
Daniel Carrero for Intermission Sports. Obviously, yesterday the team announced that you completely sold out the whole stadium. What's the feeling like when I face every single fan in the city to watch tomorrow?
Was that for me?
For everyone, yeah.
I mean, again, very grateful, very, very grateful that people will come out and support us. It means so much to us, especially on a weekend like this where it's a holiday as well for most. And we're going to try not to disappoint and really use that energy to fuel us to have a good performance, hopefully a good result.
Yeah, I think we really appreciate the people of Toronto, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to play here was people really get behind their sports teams here, and especially women's sports teams now coming, the PWHL, WNBA next year as well. So I think we're really grateful for the support, and we hope we can impress.
Yeah, I would just say it's a surreal, and you can't really put words to it, that kind of feeling. Just to know that almost 15,000 people are coming to watch and put support behind our team, it's crazy.
Chloe Gargi, Boston Sports. So obviously tomorrow is already a big game for you guys, but it's also usually in every sport, Montreal, Toronto, it's always a big rivalry. Is it in the back of your mind? How do you approach the game tomorrow for anyone?
Okay, I will just say, personally speaking, and I think also this is just ingrained from Marko and the staff as well. Of course, we respect that rivalry. I think it's amazing. I think it's great for sports. Respect them just as we do every opponent, but just focus on what we have in our locker room and focus on us.
Mark O'Neill Davidson from Canadian Press again. Have you been able to play games in advance during your preseason? Any scrimmages, or who have you been able to play?
We played a number of games in the preseason. We played local competition, some boys, some girls. We didn't travel anyway this year. Hopefully we can do that next year, but we feel like we've gotten the competition that we needed in the preseason to get us ready to this point.
John Milanovic from Sportsnet for Emma. I know it's about the team and about the result on the pitch tomorrow, but just given everything you've been through, like playing at Texas, then going to Denmark, have you kind of had a chance to just sort of take a moment and kind of reflect on, your personal journey ahead of this game tomorrow?
For sure. I think that's one of the special things about playing in this league and all of the media that we've been able to do is I've done a lot of reflecting of the pathway that I've taken to get here. And I think it was a very special one and I wouldn't change it. But I think it's a reflection of the fact that a lot of Canadian players had to do a similar pathway and leave the country and, so on and so forth. So I think that while that is an amazing opportunity and I encourage players to do that, there is also another opportunity coming, and that's playing soccer in Canada.
Has there been a captain that you've played under, whether it was at school, national team, whether youth or senior team, or in Denmark, who maybe not necessarily pattern yourself after in this role, but you sort of look to as an example as you sort of wear the armband for Toronto?
I mean, Christine Sinclair. I was lucky enough to be in camp a couple times when she was there, and I think her just aura, like she didn't have to say anything. It was just about the respect that everyone had for her, and you could feel that. And I don't think I'm gonna get there, but I can sure try.
And for Marko, can you give us a little update on the current health for the squad, or any injuries, or can we expect a full health squad for tomorrow?
We do have a few injuries. Some players came into the environment carrying injuries as well. So yeah, there will be 4 or 5 players that are unavailable, and you guys will find out about that tomorrow.
Just wondering if any of you watched the Wild Rise game and thoughts on the quality of play and
Yeah, I did. I mean, it was very cool for me. I'm from Vancouver, so seeing, our first women's professional team there was very cool, and playing in BC Place. I know a lot of those girls on Vancouver and on Calgary, so I think it was just a very cool moment. I think that it was nice to see like the quality of the league from the beginning, and we hope we can build on that.
Yeah, I would just agree with Emma. I thought it was amazing to see that's history in the making right there with that first game, and thought it was a well played game, and just excited to put our stamp on it tomorrow.
Okay, well, thank you all for your time. We'll grab a picture of the 3 of you.
Yeah, we got you 3